What's up? Elevating to broadcast level. Are we at broadcast level? Captain's log. Tuning in to frequency 45.2, 26.2. Are we there yet? Probably not. Probably not. So this is fun. This has an echo feature. That's what that was about. But yeah. All this other stuff, man, lately I don't know what is going on, my friends. Not a bad way at all. Not the most comfortable way, but only from the mind. It's only a mental thing. I'm totally mental. I'm so mental. I can't even stand how mental I am. And it's all your fault. It's all your fault, monsieur. Oh, you little sneaky mofo, that inner demon. I shouldn't even call it an inner demon, but definitely the cat trying to take the wheel, if you know what I'm saying. I thought that was reserved for Jesus. But it's been an interesting few days, the things that have been coming into my awareness past day or so. Wait, today is only Tuesday. Well, technically, today is Wednesday. Happy Halloween! I'll be something very scary for America. An immigrant, right? I don't think this is a very good accent, but I could try. If you say anything and just say yeah afterwards, doesn't that make it proper? Oh, and then you could do the R's. Proper. I don't know. I'm just being silly. But yeah, I've just been going through some things. Such a lie. I'm not going through anything in the external world. It doesn't look like anything. I'm literally, oh my gosh, I'm in this projector fun period of waiting. Patience. Not only is it a virtue, it is a practice. Just like the experiment for human design, it's a practice. It's not something that you just get overnight and then wow. It comes and goes in waves, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm such a noob in the experience that it's almost laughable that I'm even trying to talk about it. The I that's trying to talk about it, that is laughable. But I can appreciate seeing, I like the system, and I like paying attention and being aware, I guess. But, it's also sort of and then what? Okay, now you know. What do you and then what? I guess it's one of those once you know better and you do better kind of a thing. And I guess maybe that is the part that is the impatient. I'm already wanting to just do better, but that comes. I'm still dismantling. I'm still in the deconstruction phase. And, I'm, oh my gosh, Human Design Hawaii. You guys are my everything right now. I've been binging, and I can't even pretend to start talking on any of the things you guys have said, but a few things have, made the basket, made it into the hoop. And I'm just And, I know it's a lifelong journey, and I know there is no I to understand, but it's just been so weird noticing when, my body is in alignment, and then when my mind is trying to pull me back out into doing its own thing, which, happens. Woo, whoopsie, sorry, I was trying to turn that down, but, which happens, and that's cool, I just, like I say, I've said it plenty of times, but you can't, once you go Technicolor, you can't go back to black and white. But I don't know. I'm dealing with so many things on the inside. Like the feeling level, things are awesome. I'm feeling really cool things when I'm operating, in alignment. And then when I'm not, is when I start to get the confusion and is this right? And I should be. Oh, the shoulds, the shoulding. Oh, I should just stop shoulding on myself. Ugh. No, no, no. Oh, it's no bueno. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's something going on in the grand rave scheme of things, or, well, I mean, there's always something going on, but I don't know if I'm feeling some kind of way. But, I've just been, anyone who watched older videos, I did mention when I had one little gray hair, and I had, it's so funny because I even parted my hair on the other side today. I was like, ooh, I don't want to see that one little gray hair today. Not like anybody amidst all this. I don't think it doesn't matter. I parted it the other way, and then you know what? Yeah, you're right. I found another gray hair, and this one was a long. I was like, what is happening to me? I'm aging. There's some cool things about that, like wisdom and all that good stuff. But on the other hand, just this feeling lately, like life is passing me by. Like I'm just now starting to focus on this deconditioning process. And, it's funny because Human Design Hawaii was talking about that in like the Unleashed videos, like, you have this aspect of your not self that's like, but I've done all this work. And, I laughed when I first heard it, but I also kind of was like, yeah, but I have done a lot of work. And that's also the hilarious part, because, like, what work have I done? Again, following the human design system, this body has a place in this system. Like, the universe wants this configuration here. When it's time for it to be done, nothing's going to stop that. It's going to be time to go. And I've had a few close calls where I'm like, why am I still here? So that alone should be like, there's a reason. And maybe not the reason, like, I'm going to solve world hunger or anything like that. I mean, it could be something quite minor, but that translates into much bigger in that butterfly ripple effect, sort of a beautiful butterfly thing that it does. But it's like, been on my Instagram a little bit, and I actually have, like, I follow a lot of positive stuff, so I was like all these, like, positive words and sayings, and, be who you are, and if they don't like you, let them go, and beautiful sceneries and images and things like that. But you know how it goes. You know how the internet vortex, the little portal rabbit hole to I don't know where. You click on a comment, and I'm a reader. I am a mental projector, so I do read. I'm like, oh, I tap into these stories, and I click on this person, I click on that person, and I found myself really just like checking out some cats, like, and just being like, these people are so young. They're so amazing. They're brilliant. The things that, and I'm not, I love a good dance video. I love a great song. But I'm talking like Lewis Hamilton. He's only 33. He just got the 5-time Formula One racing champion of the world. If you don't know what Formula One is, I don't say that to be like, ho ho, scoff, scoff. I didn't really know either until he was on Trevor Noah's The Daily Show. And I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cute. Let's watch him. And he just spoke so well. I loved how he presented himself. He had a really good feel from what I was watching. And so I was like looking him up. And I was like, okay, 33. And the things that he was doing from a young age to like that drive, that will. And then I was watching a little, documentary thing. I'm sure BBC put it on, but, he and his brother has some physical challenges, but how he's he started off being like a gamer racer and doing quite well. And then now he's racing, for reals. And obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but not at, his brother's status. But the fact that he's still doing it, I'm like, what am I holding myself back on? I don't know what I want to do. Like, oh my gosh. And then, so I'm already kind of like, okay, he's 33. And then I was looking up Yara Shahidi. Oh my gosh. She is beautiful. She's 18. She's well-read, so intelligent, great actress. She plays Zoe on Blackish and Grownish. And she's a political activist. She founded an 18 by 18 to get her colleagues, to her constituents, the young people. Like, she even said it so slick. I'd be like, other children, to get them to vote and encourage them to vote in the midterm elections. And just like, and then, I'm looking on her Instagram page and she's spitting some not spitting like rap, but it was a flow. It was a smooth, poetic flow. I'm just like, wow, amazing. And I mean, it did all start from Trevor Noah. Because honestly, I didn't really know how amazing either of these two individuals were. I mean, I liked her from, her role. I didn't really know much else about her, but she was on The Daily Show. And I watched that interview. I was just like, amazing. And then Lewis Hamilton was on recently, and I was like, hi. And then listening to him, I was like, amazing, brilliant, darling. And then, the past few days, I'm like looking and then I've been listening to the audiobook when I'm driving. Trevor Noah. Like, I love Trevor Noah. I think he's so cute. He's also like 34, 30, all these little babies. They're not babies. I'm only a few years older, but, I'm much older and considerably older to Yara. But I shouldn't even be comparing. I'll get to that in a minute. But, Trevor's Born a Crime. Like, okay, so he was hilarious. I mean, I was a fan of The Daily Show from Jon Stewart. And then, Trevor came on the scene, and I was like, mm-hmm. And he killed. He was amazing. And then I've seen some of his stand-up, and then I've watched some documentaries, and I'm just like, okay, guy, I see you, little cutie. Now I'm listening to his book. I'm like, okay, you wrote a book, and all the things that he's doing, traveling, but his book is insane. You listen to this kid's story. Again, I shouldn't say kid. I have 2 gray hairs, so, everybody's a kid to me now. But just so amazing. And I mean, I feel like don't get me wrong, I've accomplished things in my life. I've done things. I don't even know if I've really say I accomplished, like, in comparison. But that's the problem now, isn't it? I don't need to compare myself to them now, do I? Yeah? Like, they are who they are. And I am who I am. And we all are who we are. And everything opens up in its divine timing. And we're all here for different reasons. And you don't know anybody else's story. Like, I know all of that. So then I'm recognizing these feelings coming up. Well, these are thought-based feelings. They're not my body is like, cool. I mean, it's doing what it's going to be doing anyways, right? So I don't think it's really that concerned what somebody else is doing. So now I have to face the fact that I'm, I was dealing with, it's not that I'm jealous, but I would, I heard this in a reading before with Miss Leota with Of the Sun. And she was talking about how I had what did she call it? Well, it was something based like a cord almost, or like a kind of a contractual thing that I'm working through in this lifetime. And it was covetousness. And I remember at the time, this was just maybe 1.5, 2 years ago, I remember at the time being kind of like, I don't covet, other people or things. For the most part, I don't. But I think this moment, I was realizing, it's not necessarily so much jealousy, but it's a covetousness, which which is actually the biblical sin. It's envy. It's not necessarily jealousy. And when you covet thy neighbor's wife, you are resentful that your neighbor has her and you don't. I'm not talking about wives, although I could go into that about how you could look at wisdom in the Bible as Sophia, as an archetype, but that's neither here nor there. But I do think that maybe that applies in a way, that there is a part of me that is like envious, not throwing shade, not hateful, but just kind of like, why not me? Why can't I? What's my thing? Where do I get to be awesome like that? And human design is where I get to, look at that ugly look. I don't like that look, honestly. It's not cute, but that's okay. That's how we grow. We say hello and then we grow. Having to look at that and being like, but that's not me. That's an aspect of my mind. That's, homie trying to pull me back into some sort of thinking that I'm trying to evolve from. And but here's the thing too, I'm also like, well, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I don't know how to just not be that way. Like, when I read these things or I see these things, I think that's what I'm feeling. But that's the key right there, isn't it? I think that's what I'm feeling. But as I teach in my meditation, sort of, well, as Osho, or as some of my teachers have said, the very fact that I'm like aware of it, that I'm able to look at it, should be my indicator that is not me, that is not mine, and that is where we have the opportunity to make a change. Yeah. So, like we always say in meditation, because everybody's like, oh, I don't know how to meditate. Oh, I need to try harder. I don't, my mind always seems to go. I'm like, yeah, your mind's going to go. That's what it does. That's its job. It's very easy to say things to other people rather than say it to yourself. So this should be fun for me to rewatch. But the moment to celebrate is when you recognize that your mind has went somewhere, and then you can either put the thought on a leaf and send it down the river, put it up in a cloud. There's a lot of different techniques, but you can do that, and then you bring your focus, your attention back to your breath or back to your mantra, whatever it is. You bring your awareness back to wherever you want your awareness to be at. So, but the point is that moment of awareness, that moment when you realize that it's gone, and then you bring it back. So it's sort of like this right now, that I'm kind of like, because, well, again with the meditation, that's important because you can see, if I'm noticing that my thought is going somewhere, then who is the observer that's noticing that thought went somewhere? That has to be the real me, the higher self. That thought, the fact that I can look at that and be like, whoa, but I'm trying to do this. What just happened? That's your awareness of the ultimate observer, no? And so I feel like it's sort of like that and I feel like that's part of the experiment with human design that we all have to go through for ourselves and figure out what that means for ourselves. And even all the studying and all the reading and all the video watching and all these fun things I'm doing with human design, I mean, at the heart of it, I gotta figure it out for myself. It's gonna be totally different for me, because that's why I'm here as unique me. It's gonna be totally different for you. It's all the people I'm learning from. It's different for them. It just is what it is. Like, okay, so I was freezing, and now I'm like, I must be all warmed up. My energy's going. So I'm excited in a way to recognize this. I mean, obviously it's something that I need to say hello to if, it was even picked up in a reading and I couldn't even, acknowledge it. But now I don't know necessarily what to do about that. I don't know, it's not just a matter of shutting it off, or do I just not go on social media? Do I just not look at these folks. Because then there's the other thing, and here's the other thing that's like tripping me up with human design right now. Or it's not with human design, it's with my experiment. It's with my mind. Because check it. My profile is 5'2". Don't know a whole lot about that, but that's the heretic hermit. The 5 is my personality. That's the heretic. That's, wannabe guru. The 2 is my design, my body design, the hermit. And I am a hermit. I am quite content to be alone and all by myself. Not all the time. I like to be with people. And then, wonderful little conflict there, because as a projector, my understanding is I'm supposed to be with people. I need to focus on the other. So, like, I'm supposed to be helping the other. Like, that is, to be focused on myself is the not self theme. But when I'm here by myself, I am studying a lot. I'm reading a lot. I'm, like I said, even on my social media, like I am the person who reads the posts and sometimes the comments if I like the post enough. On Facebook, I read those diatribes, like, because I want mine read too, and because I'm genuinely fascinated with people. Like I guess that's the projector in me. I don't know anything. Oh, and my mind minds that it wants to know. It wants to know. It wants to have it figured out. It wanted it figured out yesterday. And it's doing what it can to knock me back. So as I'm in this 5'2" profile dealio, I'm, canceling from everything. Like I've been staying to myself a lot. I'm working on waiting for the invite, and, that's interesting. Like, I can feel it in my body in weird ways. I don't know how to explain it. Like today, my crown was all lit up when I decided to take a walk to a spot like I normally would have driven to. It was just down the road, but my body wanted to walk, and it was a beautiful day. And, I had to be like, yeah, why wouldn't I walk? But I could feel my mind wanting to be like, yeah, but that's going to take time, and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, yeah, but what else you doing? Take a walk, girl. So I did, and I had it was such a short walk, but it was a beautiful time. And when I got back, there's these trees in the back of my building, and I was just standing, I was taking pictures, looking at them, and my crown just was like, I don't know if it was a download or what, I don't know. And I don't need to know. I just felt it was something beautiful. And it's funny because usually when I go places, I'll find a penny. Like, it happens like daily, really, and pennies from heaven. And I just look at them like, sweet, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, oh, cool, money comes to me easily and frequently. And when I was walking, I was returning from, the spot, and I was like, well, wait a minute. If I was supposed to walk, why didn't I find a penny? And I was like, oh, well, did that bruise? Oh. I hit my arm kind of hard earlier on the door. And so I was walking back. I didn't think much of it. I was listening to Bonobo, kept jamming. And then I was going to cross the street, and there was a traffic light. And I didn't need to wait for the traffic light. I could have easily walked around. I don't even know what happened or why I waited or whatever. But as the light turned, I looked down, and there was my penny. I was like, damn, that was fast. So that was kind of neat. And then I had I had people call today that were open and allowing me to like look at their designs, and genuinely interested. Like we had some really pretty powerful conversations that I didn't initiate, but I was open and available for, and they didn't drain me. So that was beautiful, because oftentimes I get into these long conversations that are draining. These were like the perfect amount of time conversations, and they were deep without going too deep, and they certainly weren't draining. It was beautiful. Where is it going with that? Oh, yeah. But, like, I have this group, a discussion group that I facilitate. And I've been debating for a while if it was a thing that I wanted to continue with. And I don't know. There's a lot of reasons I'm still holding on to it. And I've been debating if I wanted to continue with it or not. And one of my calls today was from a friend from a while ago, and turns out she's a projector as well. And we were talking about some things, and she's asking what's going on with me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about the group if I want to keep doing that. I'm in this space, and I don't necessarily know if that's my path anymore. And she was like, well, hey, I would actually love to take that over if you were. And I felt this like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Well, as a mental projector, I'm not supposed to respond right away. Oh, man, my mind was even using, like, my human design speech to keep me, like, in a space. But I'm really sitting here like, is that the right thing? Is that showing up because maybe it is time to let it go? Like, just as quickly as that penny manifested. Maybe her showing up was a manifestation of, like, okay, yeah, you probably wouldn't release this anyways until you had someone that you knew that you would want to give this to. So now I have to sit here with, am I hesitant because I want to hold on? Has this time passed? Is it time to move on? Like, maybe something else is about to show up that I'm going to need Tuesday nights available for. Maybe there will be a different opportunity where we integrate and work together. Maybe I end up teaching a different class. Maybe I need to let it go so I have more time to sit in my room waiting patiently for the proper invite, which that's a whole nother thing too. Like, all these things, I'm telling you, this has just been a couple days. This is just like day 2 of this sort of stuff. Though I know it's been building for a little bit, but yeah, this is like day 2 of it being like intense. The whole, oh, I lost it. I think that was the second time it tried to come back too, and I lost it again. Plus, I think my computer's trying to do something. It's like 2 a.m. But, okay, well, I'll get back to that, but I'll move on to another thing. Because I didn't know how adorable I was. My last 2 videos, I was like, oh, you're kind of cute. I can see what people talk about. Like, you're fun. So I've been wanting to do other videos for a while. I have lots of notes on a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. And my body kept being like, no, all the things that I said that I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get caught up in trying to be a certain way. I'm not gonna get caught up in, I gotta do another video or watching this or watching that. My mind got all kinds of up in that. So I wanted to be like, okay, well, I need to make sure, I need to post again because I haven't, and if this is my channel, I need to make sure I'm doing something. And the body's like, yeah, no, not yet. And I've been trying, like, and all it is press play, right? Like, press record, big red button. Actually, if anybody, I was like, I need to figure out how to do video editing because I wanna put, like, like, this morning I watched the Daily Show episode from yesterday, Monday, because they're in Miami. And I'm watching the episode online, and, there's some lady with a dog in the front row. And I wanted to be like, brought to you by the emotional, what do they call those? I had it earlier, but, like an emotional dog. Oh well. Like, see, I wanted to do video editing, so I would have cut that out. So it just went to, you know how those videos do? And they just, and they just keep going and talking like nothing happened. I don't know what you guys are doing, but But I don't have the time and the energy for that. Like, seriously, these are like, I hit record and then I upload. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't. But if anybody wants to help me or knows, like, easy ways for me to do that, because, yeah, I want to be like, this episode brought to you by Sitting Lapdog unnecessarily in the front row at, concert, stadium show. So I, honestly, and good dog didn't, like, bark or whatever, which is curious. I don't know why the dog didn't. There were lots of people around. That was kind of undog-like. I think the dog was in its not-self theme. Poor thing. Doesn't even know. And then I wanted to have, like, like where they do, like, the little videos in the corner and, like, show, I'd be like, brought to you by the dog. And I was like, so let me figure that out, and then I'll record the video, or let me figure this out, and then and what if I mess up? And I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't. But, the body was so funny. It was like, not today. No way, Jose. And then now, here it is, 2 a.m., have me drinking coffee, like, yeah, let's go and talk about how you let your mind get you the best of you over the past couple days. I'm like, really? Sounds about right, but it's all good. I mean, like I said, it's not funky townish. It's just kind of like, wow. And I guess I can, be happy and grateful to know that that's not who I am. But still kind of like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Even the young projector I was talking about, she's younger. And she's doing so many amazing things in her life. I'm like, you are awesome. I'm like so happy. Really, really so happy for her. But I am a little envious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to do all those things. And you have your whole life ahead of you. And I feel like I've had older people in my life who have been like, Leslie, you could be whatever you want. You have your whole life ahead of you. Not my family, but like people in my life. And, I wonder, have I let them down? Do they still think that? I'm 37 now at the time of this recording, this Halloween day. But I don't, do I still have all that time? I mean, surely. From the design perspective, it's all going to happen whenever it's going to happen. So why is that getting all crazy? We're watching, we, personality and design, we were watching the human design, the videos, human design Hawaii videos. And they were talking about, like, really having to know your motivation and what motivates us, because, like, the body isn't concerned with the material and the money and the things like that. There is some essential quality in you that will be taken care of because life is interested in you. And so we have to be mindful of what are our motivations. And that is where the real crazy, like, trust and faith kind of comes in, doesn't it? Because there are muggle bills to pay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm surviving, whether those things are being paid or not. Might get a few extra phone calls, but I'm surviving. I'm doing the best that I can. But I want to do better. But what does that mean? What does better mean? I want to have money to have freedom to do whatever I want when I want. But, now that, like, with human design, would I be doing anything really? Would I still be just staying in the room waiting for the invite? I'd probably be exploring things a little bit more, but I'd probably be keeping to myself just as much. And it's like when I think about my entrepreneurial endeavors and pursuits, I recognize now that I'm not a manifesting generator, or a generator for that matter. So I don't have the same ability or fortitude or wherewithal to pursue any of those things. That's why I have not been successful in any of those things. But that goes against everything that I've been taught and everything that I've been learning and doing my entire life. Like, I've been around nothing but entrepreneurs and sales and business-minded folks, and I studied psychology and sociology, marketing, advertising are major aspects of that. Those weren't my focuses, but they're main points of that. So I figured I was aware, and surely I'll find something. And I've just always been in sales. I've always, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I believe in those models. I guess that they're not for me. I don't know. And that's crazy, because then it's like, well, what is, and then who am I trying to prove to? Like, yeah, I already know I don't have like the recognition from family, so I really shouldn't be trying to like look to them for any kind of like accolades, recognition, awareness. But just even to the everyday man, right? Like, have my pursuits for business just been like, what has the motivation been? Is it just to make money? Everybody's like, know your why. And we always say like freedom, or to take care of our family, or to do this. And it's like, so now I got to be challenged with, am I not being honest with what my real motivations are? I mean, obviously not. But what are my motivations? Like, I've worked with some amazing business coaches, life coaches, EFT. I have tapped around wealth. I have done goal sheets. I taught a goal setting workshop based off of a lot of the people that I've worked with and things like that. So it's like, why isn't it working for me? And then, is that envy? Is that covetousness? Like, that's taking it to a whole nother level, right? Because now I'm sitting there like, why aren't those things working for me? And not to say that those patterns don't work, but maybe as the projector, it's not working for me. The underlying fear on that my mind wants to throw up is laziness. And I hear that that's a thing that's a big deal for projectors in the waiting mode. Based in this sacral generator world, we're taught that that's lazy. Like, oh, I'm just sitting here doing nothing, just expecting everything to be taken care of. At its highest form, that would be law of attraction in action, right? And it would be the next level of understanding that I am one with the divine, and the divine is interested in me being here and doing, whatever, so that I should be taken care of. Now, that sounds, even though I'm giving a lip service that that's what I believe, as I speak it out loud, there's a part of me that's kind of like, yeah, that's a little out there. That's a little foofy. That's a little play pretend to the extra degree. And remember, you're 37. But the other ways haven't been working. I mean, I'm willing to give this a shot, but it's one of those like, I don't feel like this is a shot you give. Like, once you're in, you're in. Like I said, I can't go back. I went off this ride. No, I don't think that's possible at this point. It is what it is. The Human Design Unleashed program, John was like, kind of like what I was saying, patience is a practice. It's like this experiment with human design, it's like martial arts. You're like, it's so subtle. And it's constantly evolving. And yeah, I'm not even 3 months in, but these I think are some pretty big revelations thus far. I mean, that's not to be like, these are big, oh, pat myself on my back. No, these are big, like, I didn't wear my helmet. I didn't buckle up. I wasn't ready, man. I wasn't ready. And it's interesting, too. So I love how everything seems to be working together. So obviously this is part of my path right now. As I've mentioned, I'm taking that creating your personal religion class. And, this last Sunday, we were talking about primary agencies of personal religion. A shift from loyalties. I was all about the loyalties. I was feeling that. However, I do have a better grasp on agency now. And we were talking about, well, sincerity. I think all of this right now that I've been talking about is like my sincerity for higher truth. But prayer, worship, meditation, and study. As we were talking about study, it was talking about sensitization. And, I had mentioned, I've heard of desensitization. We hear it a lot in the New Age community, like, oh, we've become so desensitized to everything. Like, we don't have feelings for things. But I personally have never, sat with, well, what's sensitized mean? I mean, okay, you get it if you understand what desensitized is, but I've never sat and really, what is sensitized, And, we're talking about, what did I say? You create ideals that you become unconscious of, and your judgments. Cause of embarrassments, or the cause of embarrassments not holding up to ideals we have for ourselves. So, being sensitized is like creating emotion, an emotional response to something. A cause to respond to certain stimuli makes sensitive. So you literally have a sensation that you've now associated because of a thought, because of something that you created in your mind. And, I mean, if that's not a testament to the power of mind, then, again, always looking at desensitizing, not looking at sensitizing. And so I'm thinking, rather than removing sensations, if I'm sitting here like I'm realizing that I'm envious, rather than trying to become desensitized to that aspect, I need to become sensitized to the higher truth, that we are all one, that all is in divine order, that I am blossoming in my right time, like the seed becomes the flower without stress, that, the, tree, I like all of these things on Instagram, and now I can't think of a single one. I like sayings like this daily. I can't think of a single one right now. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, nothing in nature struggles, right? So if I could become truly sensitized to that, not just speak the lip service, but really believe that, then that would override the sensitization to, looking at the world of appearances around me and feeling inferior. So all this stuff is going on with me right now. It's not bad. I'll close it off with that. I'm going to close it off because, 40-something minutes. But, I'm going to close it off with that because I also have a whole thing that I'm thinking about, too, with the Matrix. That kind of works with this desensitization and sensitization thing, or sensitizing thing, And I feel like I've heard something about it before. It's, we shouldn't be always trying to remove something, but how do we integrate and take things to the next level? And recognizing that everything is working in highest and best order. I don't quite have that in words yet, to where, well, I kind of do. I mean, as much as I would. I'm not that eloquent anyways. So, but I've already gone too long for tonight, and I think I kind of really wanted to get out more this issue that I noticed with the envy, because it's not jealousy and it's not throwing shade, and I think that was the other point. I guess I will end up probably at about an hour. the kind of ego aspect about it too, because it's not like I envy everybody, right? Like, I used to be the young one, like in the groups who knew a lot or whatever, but it's, and certainly it's not like for, I'm not trying to call folks out. There are other people, like celebrities or whatever, that I look at and see what they're up to, or artists, and then, like, I appreciate their work, but I'm also kind of like, eh. It's not like I don't hold it on this pedestal of like, oh, you are so smart, you are so fast, you are so, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if that's the heretic personality aspect that's like, I'm envious of these people being younger than me, especially when they're extremely younger. Well, even if they're just 5 years, apparently, but when we're talking decades, I'm definitely like, oh, but how? And I don't, like, yay for them. Honestly, like, I really do feel yay for them. But I am right now aware of my mind when it'd be kind of like, but what about me? What about me, she? And I don't, that's not so cute. That's not a good look, Les. So we gotta let you go with that one, okay? That's not so cute. But again, I don't know if it's so much about letting go, because personality is designed to be who she want to be, as much as maybe I need to develop that spirit, my spirit. It's already there. So I need to push through and allow that higher understanding to come through, where I can just be in a state of pure bliss, recognizing that we're all one, that one success is my success is their success. One does not demote or uplift the other. We're all operating on our timetable, and that's perfect. And if I could just work on being the best version of myself, that is more than enough, So those are, hashtag goals I'm working on right now. But I don't know, body, we good? We good? Can we call it a night? It is Halloween. I do have a Halloween oracle deck. I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole reading, but I'll shuffle. I'll pull a card. They are lovely cards. They're pretty cool. I like them. Let's selenite right quick. And I don't really have anything powerful to say, but in regards to all the things that I'm thinking and feeling, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Black cat. Fortune meets opportunity. I think that's a nice card to end on. I don't necessarily know if that needs explanation. It doesn't for me, but I guess if anybody watched to this part, I will read it. Sleek and black and lantern-eyed, crosses your path with a hiss. Good luck and fortune sweep by with a kiss. In traditional folklore, cats were said to have one foot in this world and one in the next. They were the conduit between the underworld and this world, and fortune and opportunity. In the times of the Inquisition, the Middle Ages, cats were hunted because they were said to be allies of evil entities such as devils and witches. Black cats, black being associated with the darker aspects of the supernatural, were especially singled out. Historians believe this unprecedented killing of the cats in the name of eradicating evil led to an unchecked increase in the rat population, which was responsible for the alarmingly rapid spread of the bubonic plague and the death of millions of people. These days, in Germany, for example, a black cat passing one's path indicates impending misfortune. Yet, in ancient Britain, they were considered good luck and were even given to brides on their wedding day. In Japan, to this day, they are considered very good luck and bringers of fortune. Should the slinky black cat cross your path through this oracle, know that good luck and fortune will be meeting you promptly. Also know that your luck will be even luckier if you are prepared to take advantage of every special opportunity that comes your way. Okay. You probably didn't need to really read that, but, I take that as that, well, like I said, I think that was a perfect ending to everything I was kind of talking about right now, through this awareness. That's the opportunity to grow, and that's the true fortune. That's the true alchemy, changing the base metals to gold within, and becoming our higher selves. So it's through this acknowledgement. I even like that the eyes, right? The eyes as that window to the soul, that reflection. And there's your kitty, so adorable. Meow. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Body's feeling a little emotional with that. Really hit me where I lived. So I thank you for sharing that moment with me. I thank you for coming up to the broadcast level with me for this fun time, prime time. I stayed under an hour again. Woo woo! Alright. Thanks. Have a great